For some reason, the desktop audio doesn't seem like it's sounding as good. We're live, people. Real live.
Okay.
We're live. Testing, testing.
All right.
Live. Testing, testing. Seems like the audio's okay. Uh, all right. So this is Hidden the Polygons episode 24, and we got some pretty good news topics today. The big one is the Xbox Inside Xbox had the event yesterday, and it was all about showing off the next gen Series X gameplay trailers. But we're gonna give our opinions about what that was about, and and some other things. Some other news that came out, some other trailers. So we had a good show for you guys today. But before we go, I'll let my panel introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Virgil, your co-host.
And we got Mayhem too. Mayhem. Yeah, Mayhem.
Rage.
Rage. Can you hear us? I'm clicking on you, Mayhem.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Diddy Mayhem and I'm sorry. And as always, glad to be here.
Yeah. So my nose is itching as soon as I go live, but and I can't itch it until I wash my hands, so I'm stuck. Ugh. But yeah, we got a good show. We got some good things to talk about today, and I guess we're gonna start out with some. Y'all want to start out with Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah, why not?
Since that's
Sure.
older, since that's kind of the older stuff. So y'all, both of
Yeah.
y'all recently, I finished I got Xbox on my brain. Y'all two recently finished Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Emperor, I'm gonna go with you first. What you think about the game and the ending, and was you confused at all? I guess I should, because this is because you never played the original Final Fantasy 7, right?
No, I never played the original Final Fantasy VII, but you know,
You probably
throughout
knew.
the years, like you can't really escape the what the story is
Yeah, you gonna
at
know.
this point.
You gonna know bits and pieces of what
Yeah,
it's all about. Yeah.
but yeah. So far I pretty much followed along pretty well, except for the because I know the newest addition were those ghost
Mm-hmm.
things,
Yeah.
which to me when things started happening, I didn't really connect the two things. I don't know. Is it? Can we talk about spoilers at this point?
Yes, for everybody, spoilers for Final Fantasy 7 remake, and I guess spoilers for the original Final Fantasy 7.
Part of it, at least.
Yeah,
But who knows?
at least the first part.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
all of it, because this game. Well, before we did, yeah, yeah. I don't. Okay, yeah, because this game, thing about Final Fantasy 7 remake, like, it's pretty much a retelling of the first disc, or the first, not really the first disc. Like, I'm not sure. It's pretty much the retelling of the Mirgal, the very beginning section of Final Fantasy 7 of the city part, and that section's not very long. That section's only like you can beat that section like 2 to 3 hours. So they expanded that section of the game to this game, which average, going through it casually about 30 hours if you do everything.
Which I'm
about 40 hours. It took me 40 hours. And I didn't do everything, but I did most of the side quests. But
we're gonna need to talk about the expanding hours.
yeah, we get into it. But yeah, the thing about it is that unless you play Final Fantasy VII, you might not know exactly a whole lot that's going on in the story, like with this ghost, and even seeing like Sephiroth in the beginning, because when I was talking about spoilers, it's not just spoilers for the Final Fantasy VII, it's spoilers for like the Final Fantasy VII Ever Trading movie, because like certain scenes, Klaus, he doesn't see the past, because in the first game he sees like stuff in the past, and a lot of it, because he's got Mako poisoning and stuff. So he's, but in this game he sees future events that hasn't even happened yet. When he has those visions, some of those visions are stuff that's happened in the future, right? You don't know that if you haven't seen the movie or played, like Final Fantasy VII Never Trading. And the big thing I want to say, and I'll let y'all give y'all one opinion, that like in the very end of the game, shit goes back crazy, but it's building up to the shit going back crazy. But you might not know unless you collect the dots, right? Like in the very beginning, I'm just gonna break it down real simple, real fast, and then y'all can kind of talk about y'all's opinion about the game and give y'all's kind of overall score if you want to. But in the very beginning, Cloud sees Sephiroth, right? Well, that's not supposed to happen, right? It doesn't happen in the first game. I don't know exactly when he starts having visions of Sephiroth, but he doesn't have him in that part. And pretty much what's going on is this has been confirmed from developers. Not all of it, but that Sephiroth is actually Sephiroth from the future. That is Sephiroth from Event Children Sephiroth. With the black wings, that's all from that movie. He doesn't have any of that except in that movie, and it's been confirmed from the developers. So yes, this is Sephiroth from the future. He's coming there because he knows he somehow there's side stories and books you can read, but I'm just gonna break it down real fast. Sephiroth knows he's gonna be defeated by Cloud, so he's coming to the past, do the live stream, because he's part of the live stream in the end of the, just like Aerith is, because she does die and she's part of the live stream too. But then they're kind of, yeah, he get real deep. But Sephiroth comes from the future, right? He's going there to mess with Cloud because he knows he's trying to set the timeline off, right? He doesn't want, and so in the beginning, what all Sephiroth is doing is messing with Cloud because he does not want Cloud to meet up with Aerith, right? That's all he's trying to do. He's fucking with Cloud. He doesn't want Cloud. He knows. That's why those ghosts are there because the ghosts are from the planet, right? And they're there to try to keep Aerith, because since Sephiroth's there, he's fucking with Cloud. He's done messed the timeline up already. He's already set things out of motion. So now them ghosts they are messing with Aerith because they want Cloud to meet Aerith right there. And since fucking Sephiroth fucked around with Cloud, he's done messed with the timeline, right? So the whole time them ghosts are there, they're trying to keep everything on track. And anytime you see Sephiroth, he's trying to take things off track. That's the main thing you see throughout the game. Anytime, that's why the ghosts sometimes are helping you, sometimes they're not. But they're not. All they're doing is trying to keep things in the event. So certain things happen. Them ghosts are doing. All they're doing is trying to keep you on the original path of the original story of the game. That's what those people call them, plot ghosts. That's kind of what they are. They're just trying to keep you on the path of the original game. So when something goes crazy, them plot ghosts show up. So, and you see things, and so sometimes you see Cloud see. So you see Cloud see shit from the future. There's one part where he sees Sephiroth. He's holding his arm at one point. Where he's holding his arm because in the Children he's got a disease from. There's a thing in that movie called I forgot what it's called, but it's some kind of disease from the that's Sephiroth is creating. And he's holding his arm, and in that movie, he's got it infected through his arm. So if you don't know what's going on, you don't see. But if you pay attention, you can see all the shit that's tying in to the story. That's Sephiroth from the future, and the plot goes to trying to keep everything on track, and they get and at the very end of it, I'm not really doing a very good job explaining the shit. There's so much I don't want to make the whole podcast about explaining the story. But at the end, pretty much what happens, it gets. shit crazy, and the whole thing just is off rail. So I don't know how the second game's gonna be. I don't know. I'm sure they're gonna try to follow the path, but I don't know how they're gonna do it because at the end of the game, them like when you're fighting those 1-3 bosses and that big boss, right, with like the sword and the guns and stuff. Well, people thought that was meant to be Cloud, Future, Bear, Future, and Tifa, Future. Really, that's not. Those 3 things are actually from the movie Yvette Jordan, and they are like Sephiroth clones. And how you can tell that because they fight the same. They had the same weapons and they fight the same way those dudes do in that movie. Plus, when they come together, they form a Bahamut, right? Well, in the movie, those 3 guys, they summon Bahamut. So that this means that at that time, Sephiroth's kind of controlling this fucking ghost somehow. And there's certain things. Elf sooner or later she realizes, oh yeah, she finally realizes what's going on because she's connected to the live stream too. And people think that whole conscience that's in the live stream from the future comes back and something to her whole conscience and gets real crazy. But the main thing is that Sephiroth is from the future and he's messing with the timeline, and that makes everything go crazy. And then plus, I haven't heard anybody talk about this. So I want to throw this out though. At the end of the game, right before you go to the battle, you remember what Sephiroth, what Aerith says? She says, if we do this, it's going to change you. Do you remember her saying that?
It's gonna change you.
Remember she said something like that to Cloud. So if we do this, we go. Remember she does that little ship at the end with that portal, and she says something to the party. She says, if we do this, it will change you. Something along the lines that if we do this, it's going to change who you are. I forgot the exact way she says it, but there's a line at the end of the game, right before you go into that final area. Aerith says something to you. She said, if we do this, it will change you. Well, no, I haven't heard anybody talk about this, right? People been, because you know at the end, you see that guy with the black hair with the big sword. Remember that scene? Cut. Well, in the original, that guy dies, right? And one thing is, man, this is so much to talk about. Every time I bring up, I explain so many things. The original game, Cloud is actually not a soldier. He's remember what it is. That scene, that person dies. That's Zack. He dies in that scene, right? And in the original part of the game, Cloud and Zack were kind of friends because actually Cloud and Zack killed Sephiroth the first time, and Sephiroth's body is actually in these mountains, and that's when you fight him at the very end of the game. You actually go to his real body and you fight him. But in the beginning, Cloud and before that scene, Cloud and Zack kill Sephiroth, and that's when Cloud gets infected with macro poison. That's where they fight Sephiroth in the beginning. But what I think is going on is that when Aerith says this would change you, I think that she knows she's about to change.
It says, I just looked up. It says we'll be changing ourselves.
Yeah, what I think is happening is reason why Cloud the way he is because Zack dies. And Cloud takes over his sword, and he's kind of all his memories of being in soldiers are actually Zack's memories, right? And then you find that during Final Fantasy 7, but you don't find that until later do the game. You finally realize Cloud finally realized he's been having Zack's memories, and because Tifa kind of knows that what Cloud's going through. I think this happens after Aerith dies, but Cloud finds out that he's been remembering Zack's memories, so he's not actually from Sergio, right? And all this other stuff. But at the end of this game, you see Cloud, they did something, and now Zack lives, right? But then you see like that bag of chips, and that bag isn't the same type of bag of chips, so that people think that's a different timeline, right, than the timeline they're in. But something happens, and Zack lives. So what I was thinking is, Aerith says this would change you. Well, it's going to change them, because now Cloud's not going to remember having Zack's past, right? Because Zack never died. So in fact, yeah, it's going to change who Cloud is, because guess what? Now Zack didn't die, and the past has changed. So yes, if we do this and it changes the past, it's going to change you, because Zack never died, and you never took on his sword, and you never took on his darts, and and now you see like the beginning. Cloud jumps off the train. It's going to be Zack jumping off the train. So yes, it's going to change us because we changed the past. But then people saying this is a different timeline. So I don't know if that makes sense. But that's what I'm thinking when she says that. Because we're about to change the past. So it's going to change you because this, I don't know. That could be going a little too far with it. This is something I thought about. I'm like, you know what? Ever said something about this would change you. and you see Zach living now, they changed the past. Yeah, it's going to change because your past is different. But yeah, I went a little crazy with that. So keep on going, Emperor. So what do you think about the overall story and gameplay? And
Okay, let me get through the gameplay first
yeah,
because I have a lot to say about the story.
yeah, and we'll let Rage. You can talk about the gameplay too, and then we can all talk about the story together. Cause
All right.
story can be kind of crazy.
The gameplay, I didn't particularly like the ATB thing that they did by the end of it. It was all right at the beginning, but overall, I didn't particularly like it. Like, what I found useful was, I think, one of the material things gives you, like, unless it was one of the material or one of Tifa's special abilities where it gives you 3 bars.
Mm-hmm.
I use that a lot.
Yeah.
But overall, it was fun. Uh, the only thing I don't like is there's too many loading screens in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's what next gen's gonna fix.
But why? That's my question. But why was it? Why? Because there seemed to me too many loading screens in so many different intervals.
It's just how they designed the
It felt like
game.
I mean, I guess, but make the game shorter. I guess.
Yeah, like in the beginning, I was really liking the game. The gameplay wasn't like the battle system wasn't too bad in the beginning. I was really digging it. But then towards like the middle of the
Yeah.
game, the battle system started getting on my nerves. And the ATB is really just the ATB. This is the part that for me to use items, I had to have an ATB gauge. Really pissed me off. Even magic and stuff. Like I have to have MP and I gotta have ATB gauge. It just really slowed the game down. And sometimes your regular attacks just didn't do nothing. And I couldn't do anything else unless I had an ATB gauge. But my ATB gauge don't fill up unless I'm using my attacks. But my attacks sometimes don't do no good. All they do is get me fucking wiped up. So so I didn't hate the battle system, but I really that's really like drug the game. It's like I almost like think I might like 15. I definitely like Final Fantasy 15's battle system better than this, but I think I might rate this game the same as Final Fantasy 15, just because to me Final Fantasy 15 was a fun game to play, and it was open world game, right? Like I don't have no desire to get a platinum on this game. I don't really have a desire to go back and play this on hard mode or go fight some of the extra summons because of the balance. But 15, I platinum. I mean, this game's story is better. I don't want to say it's better, but it's 15 to me. I think I kind of like 15 and 7 I kind of put them both on the same rank, but 15 to me is more fun to play, and I like the overall open world. But 7's story is told better, right? Even though it doesn't have an ending, it doesn't have an ending, but you know there's gonna be more. 15 at the end, the story kind of got rushed, and then the end, you're like, ah. But the whole game was more fun to me to play. And 7, it was very fun in the beginning, but the battle system, I really didn't like that ATB system, and it really brought the game down. Even though this game is still awesome. But I think 15 might be, to me, it's a funner game to play. And everything else, the graphics are about the same.
To be honest, I don't really remember game 15's gameplay that much.
The game, and the summons are better in 15. It's just, I don't know. I think 15. I got a message here from Developer's Commentary. I didn't take that away from the ending. I think it was a push to change the future. They broke the wheels of fate, so possibly so in the future games. I love the battle system and the ATB. You have a ton of material to boost ATB growth. I'm no platinum. Yeah, I don't know how to take the ending. Like I said, I don't think she said. It says you do this, it's going to change you.
We need to leave the ending to or the story later.
Yeah, but as far as the battle system, yeah, you do get material, but to me, you don't get enough slots for your material system. It's a lot of material systems you're not using, and then you want to level them up, and some of them take a long time to level up, so you want to keep that material on it so you can level up. So it kind of makes you not want to try other stuff because you want to level up this other material system. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the battle system is not bad, but the ATB system on it. And I see why they went this way instead of a straight action. Because I think if you went straight action, you probably wouldn't be able to incorporate the material system. But I don't know. I just think I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of this battle system. I think if they do another one, I hope they change it in some ways.
I mean, I did think of a couple ways to improve the battle system. Like one of the things I thought about was, would do you think it would have been better to have a cooldown on your items instead of using ATB gauge?
I mean, I get. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you can't only use so many.
Yeah, like after you use an item, it will have a cooldown effect before you can use another one.
Devil's commentary says you get manuscripts in hard mode, lots of slits, lots of slots. I have 10 in the R characters. Yeah, hard mode is no joke. I've heard people talk about hard mode that you can't use you can't use items at all in hard mode, right? So that sucks. That makes me not. That makes me. That's why I don't even want to try hard mode. Because if I can't use items, I'm done. You love you level it up. You get new game plus, so you get to pick your stages and your higher level. But and it really makes you use this material. But yeah, I had no desire to go back and play Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like I had no desire to play on hard. And I do want to fight like the summon Bahamut. I would like to do that stuff, but the battle system just I don't know, man. I mean, I enjoyed the game. It's a fun playthrough. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'll probably give it like an 8 out of 10. But the battle system is just I don't know.
Crazy.
But no items even out of combat. Yeah, you can't even even spots when you heal up at those benches. You can't do that on hard mode. You can't use those to heal up. But Mayhem, what you think about the battle system or the gameplay itself? I guess.
Well, the battle system, I did have trouble time at time. Like I don't say like I did the battle system as team. It just honestly I never played Final Fantasy 15 though, other combat system, but playing Final Fantasy 7, which is similar to Final Fantasy 15 combat. I mean combat systems. It is like it was difficult at first for me. Then until I tried how knowledge how to keep my team how to keep my team alive and stuff. How to keep my team alive and stuff on the one there's one combat system where I did meet we meet arrows again when you land on land on the flowers through a church, and he gets this one guy, and try to get this one guy.
Is it
I tried
the red guy? I forgot his name. Is it Root? It's something Roof. Is it
Reno.
Reno, yeah.
Yeah, I want to do lightning
Time
speed and
Turn.
stuff. Do lightning speed and stuff. Like the day, I do every time I throw at me, I try to dodge it. Like I hate to dodge, but the dodge ain't working. Like the dodge button is not working. All that I do is just move out of the way.
Yeah, that's one thing I had a complaint too. Speaking on the dodge, like it seems like the dodge didn't work a lot. Like most time, dodge didn't do you no good because you still get hit. Like most time, what worked the best for me is blocking or doing a counter attack because it seems like the dodge just all it did was get me killed. Like I wanted to dodge so many times, and yeah, it's just no good. It's like you have to counter. Like some of the little enemies you can maybe dodge, but when you find like a big boss or some bigger enemies, it's like dodge doesn't do you no good. But I remember that fight. Yeah.
There's one clip when I finally when I finally got killed, I used my limited on him. I beat him, right? I thought I finally beat him, but no, you see his bar, you see the health bar there's like no health bar on it, dude. There's like no health bar on it, but yet he still keep on going, and I still got a little, I got a little health left. So now I got done again, but I got killed anyway.
Yeah.
Like
So
like 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 that dude had no health bar and it's still moving.
so overall,
Like
so overall, did you like the combat or I mean,
I'll give it 3 out of 5.
okay. So like I said, yeah, like I said, I think you should. I think you might like Final Fantasy 15. I think Final Fantasy 15 is a good game. I mean, a lot of people hated on it, but I think just at the end it kind of falls apart as far as story goes, and it kind of feels rushed. But the combat to me is awesome, and I like the open world environment, and you can kind of the summons of fucking big, massive things that happen. It's just awesome. It's very awesome. If you can, 15 is a good game. I think. Like I said, I'll probably like. To me, I would give this overall game probably 8 out of 10. I'll probably give Final Fantasy 15 8 out of 10 too. I think 15 shines in like the world, the open world, and the combat. But I think 7 shines in the story and the storytelling. And then the graphics,
Hey,
the graphics are about the same for both of them to me. I mean, 7 probably has better character. 7 probably has better character models, but you know, but again, it's not as big as 15.
Can we talk about the item though?
The what?
Like an item. Like how just some items just really ain't worth ain't worth nothing
Well,
to
I didn't.
use.
Well, the problem with the item system is that you have to use ATP gauges. I didn't really use a lot of items. The only items I really used was
Potion,
potions. Yeah,
like mega potions.
yeah,
That's like the only thing. That's like the only thing. That the main thing pretty much used entire game is the potion.
yeah. Like I said, I think the battle system's okay. I just think that like I said, I first started playing the game and I was liking the battle system. I would think, oh, this battle system's not bad. You know, it's kind of fast and okay, use this if the attack's not working. And I thought, oh, you get these materials. I was kind of getting excited. Oh, I want to get some different materials and I make my guy fight a certain way.
Yeah.
But then I never really got that joy from the materials to play a certain way. It's like even when the game tells you, oh, you need to do this to make these. The main thing I hate about the battle system is also the stagger system. I hate like Final Fantasy 13. I hated the stagger system. I hated the stagger system so much, and they put the stagger system in this game, and that I hated the stagger system. But I want to go into the story a little bit before we move on to other topics. But you was talking about Reno, Rage. Developers commentary said if you use lightning on your material.
No. That do use lightning. I ain't using lightning. I try to hit him with a fire. I try to hit him with fire, but I try to hit him with fire and of course to block.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess if you put lightning on your armor, it kind of probably makes you immune to lightning. That's probably what it does. I think he is weak to fire. Is he weak to fire or is he using fire? I can't remember what he was weak to.
I'm say. I would say like that. They talk about with the orange hair. With the orange hair, it just like do use lightning.
Yeah, he does use the lightning. Rage, you play Taken, right?
Wait, say again. Wait,
the
what?
fighting game.
Tekken?
Yes, Tekken. Yes.
Does he not look like Hooron?
Yes.
That's instantly what I thought about when I first saw him. Like, how did they get this guy in this game?
I'm like, bro, where you get these guys?
But yeah, anyway, go on with the story. What we're talking about.
Yeah, let's talk about this. But he said Stagger developers commentary. So I was gonna get developers commentary on here, but we took so long to do the show, we never did do a spoiler talk about the game. But he said Stagger system is so good, adds tons of strategy. I hate the Stagger system. It's a joke, in my opinion. It's a joke. But
I don't mind it.
I didn't like it in 13. I don't like it in Hill.
I never
But
played 13, so I can't.
yeah,
Go.
yeah, 13's up. I don't. 13's.
I heard how bad it was, so I didn't get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I just didn't like. I mean, the story's okay, but it's three different games, and every game is It's I wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
it. But
All right, so
yeah, let's go with the story.
uh, I kind of hate you in a way
Oh.
because because after you sent me those videos,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just started going down a deep rabbit hole.
Oh, you will, bro. I told you, man. I'm telling you, I watch a lot of videos because the thing about it is I play.
Especially Max. Max, oh my god, like
Yeah, he goes crazy.
that's the type of person I love to talk to.
Yeah, because thing is, I think I seen one of his videos. And he's kind of talking about the end, and I was like, and he's kind of talking about, but I didn't see all the things he's talking about it.
Yeah,
But then he went like to that podcast. And they did a spoiler cast. I seen that. So, I wouldn't expect him to go deep dive. Like I just thought he was gonna talk more about like
yeah,
the gameplay and stuff. But then he kind of took over that show, and I was like, oh, okay.
yeah,
And it was like, because like I said, I played Final Fantasy 7, but it's been so long, and Final Fantasy 7 is not one of my favorite Final Fantasy 7 games. It's like probably one of my least favorite Final Fantasy games because, like I said, I played 10. I really loved 10, and I went back and played them in order, like 9, 8, and 7, and I kind of liked them in that order, right? I kind of like 10. I love 10. It's probably my favorite game of all time. Then I really love 9, and I kind of like 8, and then I kind of like 7, and it took me a couple of tries before I actually beat 7. Like I played 7 the first time, and I didn't really get into it. I didn't finish it. Then I think years later I went back and played it again and kind of finished it. But I don't really remember the whole story and stuff. I just kind of remember bits and pieces of the story and kind of what happens. But I don't know. My time with 7 is kind of like fuzzy. I know I played it and I remember the end, but I don't remember actually playing through all of it. But I know I played it and I remember beating the end. But I just know my time with 7 is kind of fuzzy. So when I was playing this game, like even like the part when like you think everybody like those one what's his name, Reg and Biggs and what's the other chick, Jesse. All them characters died. I was like, shit, I don't remember this. I was like, did this happen in the first game? Because it's been so long and I didn't have everything. I didn't know they actually, yes, all those characters died in the original Final Fantasy 7. So like I wasn't sure. I was like, damn, this hit me pretty good because it's been so long. I don't remember all the stories from all the major points of the story from Final Fantasy 7. So things are happening. I was following along, but I don't remember everything. Right, I just remember the major points about Aerith dying and you fighting Sephiroth, and then those part when Clyde kind of, I don't know if he goes crazy, but he's kind of, when Aerith dies, it fucks him up real bad and stuff like that, and you meet these other characters. So, but I don't remember all the little points in the story and stuff like that. So it was yeah. So when that part happened, I didn't know if that was from the original game or not, and it just messed me up. But before y'all go, it says developer's commentary said he beat the game 75 times. Oh, he beat 7 5 times. A lot of people love 7. Like I said, 7 was not my favorite Final Fantasy. But mine is 10. But so what do you think about everybody's, as far as the story goes and at the end? What do you think? That's why I said. That's why I was telling you. That's why they didn't call it Remake Part 1, because I think the new ones are going to be different. I don't think they're going to follow, as far as story goes, really closely to the 7. I think it's really going to branch off. And that's why they didn't.
I think that's why I disagree with you on that.
Okay.
In a way. Because,
yeah,
like,
because even Max said
they're still gonna hit the major like points of the story, but how they get to those different areas is gonna be different.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be more different than this one was. This one, it was really retelling it, except for like Sephiroth coming down and messing everything in Talon. But it really followed the story path a whole lot. But I think this next one is gonna be really different with the story, because after what happened at the end of this game, I just don't see it being, especially with the whole thing Zack living. That Zack doesn't live; he dies. That's a big. And what's his name being still alive too? Was it Biggs? Right? If that's part, if that's part at the end of, remember he shows a bed on the bed.
Yeah, I know, but
And then,
Compared to the original game, I don't.
well, he dies. He doesn't live.
Oh,
And
okay.
and Regis dies too. See,
So
all,
everybody
all,
dies.
all three of them die in the original
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So now I think I don't know if Regis still alive or not. It doesn't really say because he is, but then he goes back and it doesn't show him no more. But then you see Biggs alive,
Pretty sure he's alive.
so it's like
Mm.
I can see this next game really being different with this. I think you'll hit the major areas of the game, but I think why you go there and the story when you're there is going to be different. And a lot of people think I think Aerith is going to live. I think if they kill Aerith off, and yeah, and you keep all these other people alive, and you keep bringing Zack back to life, but then you're going to kill Aerith. I think they're going to keep Aerith alive. I don't think she's going to die. If she does die, I don't think she'll die in the same spot. But I do think they might kill somebody else off, right? But I do think they might keep because Aerith dies. She doesn't die in this part, but she dies kind of coming up. You know, she dies like this place. But I think they're gonna. A lot of people think they're still gonna kill her. I think that'll be stupid. But
I think they're gonna make you choose.
nah, I don't think they make you choose. Cause I think they want to. I think they're telling a story and they want to tell a specific story. I don't think because you know what I'm saying. I don't know why they would make you choose. I mean, you choose different
It's still
things.
gonna follow the same story.
I think there's a yeah, but I just think if you choose that she lives or dies, I think that changes the emotion of the story. So I think they're gonna kill somebody else besides Aerith. Or maybe they still kill her, or maybe they don't. But developers commentary says I feel like it's going to offer more alternate choices. So like maybe you can save Aerith but have to sacrifice Tifa. Yeah, so to me, I just think that they'll tell a specific story, and that I think as far as like major things, they're not gonna change. Let you choose. Like you can change, or like in this game, what outfit they had on, but that's not major story stuff, right? That's just outfits. I just don't see them letting you choose major plot points in this game. But you know, you never know. That would suck, man. I'm gonna tell you something, boys. Tifa in this game, like I thought in the original game, I was more a fan of Aerith. In this game, I ain't gonna lie, Tifa was doing it for me, boys. She was one thing, she was looking incredible. But her voice, like who did the voice acting for her? Like this, the emotion she gave you and stuff. Like she felt real. Like you know, it's a real person acting, but like this character felt like real down to earth and like, man, she's doing it for me, boys.
I don't say like I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but my question is why like what my question is why Tifa not on the DLC of Tekken 7?
Yeah, some people. I hope people talk about that. Well, you know they had Noctis in Tekken. He's from Final Fantasy 15. They have a Final Fantasy character in Tekken.
Yeah. I don't care, but Tifa got them hands though.
Yeah, she does.
Dude, Tifa got them hands. Like she would be perfect.
Yeah, she was a fun character to play, but I spent most of my time as Cloud. But yeah, they could put her in Tekken. They could put her, they might put another fighting game now that Final Fantasy 7 is. But commentary says Tifa's voice actor was in Glow. I don't even know what that show is. I think it's that.
It's me.
Is that roller
The
skating?
Netflix show?
Yeah, is that skating one? Is that what it was called, Glow or something?
That was like an '80s wrestling.
Yeah. Okay. I was getting skates, but it was another. Yeah, I didn't watch that, but yeah, her voice acting is incredible. Like the story, Aerith's voice acting is good too, but Aerith's character she's too like funny. Like how personality and stuff wasn't doing it for me. I don't know. She was kind of crazy, like really crazy. I don't know. How she was, I was like, oh yeah, this goes crazy right here. But Tifa was like, yep, you're doing it. Like her whole, turning me on big time, boys. I'm gonna have to go watch that Glow show and find out voice actor character that she does in that show. Cause her voice act, I mean, the voice acting all of it. I think like the voice, like the story was told very good. I thought all the voice acting was good. Like I thought the story was like, all the characters were pretty good, and the emotions you get and the music and like I said, it was very very good. Got my hand movement going on. But yeah. But what you think about the overall story, Mayhem?
I don't say like on the only thing I would asking is, which I said on Twitter is, so, when I said, so when did this two coming out?
Yeah, it does kind of suck because like I don't even know how what the set. Cause this game, this what we got here was only like 2-3 hours of the first game. Like, how are they gonna change? How is the first next game gonna be? And because pretty much when you leave the city, it's when it becomes like an open world game or RPG. Back in those times, open world. So you're expecting this next one to be open world, but if they're gonna make the detail like they did in this game, that's big time development. I wonder how they're gonna do it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be next gen. It might be cross gen, but it'll probably be next gen. But it's gonna be crazy how they do it. Barrett singing "Fane Fail" when song "Crack Me Up." I don't know what that is. What singing "Fane Fail" when? I don't know what that is. Yeah, people said 2 is very far along. I hope that they've been working on 2 for like 6 months now, but I just think that if they do 2 and it's far along and it comes out soon, it's gonna be another like little short piece, like 30 or 40 hours. But I just don't know how they're gonna do the open world part of it.
That's my question. It's like, how big is it gonna be?
I thought maybe it'd be 3 parts, but it could be even more if they want to break it up. But to me, I think if like I said, a lot of people didn't want like it being. I can see why people like this game does tell. This game does tell a complete story. I think it isn't. I mean, it leaves you wanting more. You're gonna get more, but it doesn't like leave you hanging. Really, it's like kind of tells this part of the story with the whole Mirror section. But when you know about what actually happens in the original Final Fantasy 7, you're like, oh man, there's so much more that happens. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that the other part of the game and what happens, that's when you want to know more. I think you feel satisfied playing this game, except for like with the little stuff they do at the end with Zack being alive. You're like, if you don't know anything about it, you're like, what the hell does that mean? And but you kind of get like a full game. But then if you play Final Fantasy 7, like, oh, there's so much more left to do in the game. Like, there was so much more in, like, yeah, it's just, yeah, just knowing about the other game and everything to go with Cloud and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's just crazy thing about how they're gonna do the story. But yeah, so what would y'all give the overall game review score? Like all the whole package. I give it an 8. I want to know what y'all two would give it.
I'll give it an 8
Hmm.
if you've never played Final Fantasy 7 before.
Okay. So if you did play Final Fantasy 7, what would you get? I mean, I guess you can't because you never played Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, it's a different experience. I think if you play Final Fantasy 7 or if you haven't played Final Fantasy 7. And some people say, well, you can just play the first part of Final Fantasy 7, like the disc part. You can kind of know the story. But then you can't because there's so much more story into this game, like with the whole Yvette Trenton stuff that's from a movie and the whole Crisis Core stuff, which is like a PSP game. There's a whole lot of
Not only that, it's the entire Final Fantasy 7 compilation.
yeah. Even like some stuff like
Especially when people start figuring out tiny little things here and there.
yeah, you start finding out a whole lot of different stuff about yeah. There's a whole lot. They put a lot. They crammed a lot of stuff in this game.
Which is another thing why I like about it. It's like, as somebody who's never like really been into or even looked at the whole Final Fantasy 7 world, like through the movies, mobile games, or any other things that they had
Yeah.
with it. It kind of makes me want to go back and look at those things.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Devil's commentary said he gives the game a 10. I knew he was gonna give it because I know he was a big
Well,
fan.
first of all, can you really give it a 10 when it's not even a complete game?
I think it's a complete game. I just don't think it's a complete.
It's a complete game.
It's a
of
complete game,
a
but it's not a
single part.
complete. It's not a complete game of the original one, right? It's not a complete remake, but
Yeah.
it is a complete game. But I know he was a big fan of Final Fantasy 7 because I know he tried to he tried to make a video game along like he wrote a video game story, and I know it was based off of Final Fantasy 7. So I knew he would like probably give it. But yeah, I mean, I give the game an 8. Like I said, the story's good, the graphics are good. Even the stuff they're doing with the story, I like the whole retelling it, and I like the hope that. But like I said, the combat distracts down for me. Like the combat, I just didn't like the combat as much. The combat just wasn't the fun. Like I said, I don't want to go back and do anything else to it. I don't want to go. I didn't like the mini games. Like I didn't do all of them. There's some mini games I missed. I don't even know how I missed them. I thought I was doing everything in that city, but somehow I missed them. But that one where you had to do like the little combinations and it's kind of going around and it kind of leads and you kind of memorize. That shit was fucking trash, boys. That shit was
Oh, the
trash.
pull-up thing.
It's not the pull up. It's the other one when you're like sitting or not sitting, but you what do you call that move when you do it in the gym? And like it's got the symbols.
Oh, yeah. I
And
mean,
I hated
from
that.
what you're
I
describing,
hated
it's the same
that.
thing as the pull-up.
I hated that. I hated that mini game. I hated that. I hated it. I hated that mini game. But like I said, it's a very good game. I just don't. The combat just drags it down for me. I just didn't like the combat that much. I didn't hate the combat, but it just dragged it down. This wasn't as fun to me at the end. You know. Hamdigger is voiced by the guy that voices Jake the dog. I don't know who Jake the dog is. Banghead, what would you give the game out of 10? The overall game.
I'll give it at least an 8.
Give
out
it.
of 10.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Like
Developer's commentary says, like Shimu, it's not a complete story, but as a game, it's a masterpiece.
yeah, like
It ain't no masterpiece. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
It's a good game.
Uh,
Ain't no master. The combat's just nah. It's some things about the combat. Some things about the combat I'm not digging. Combat is just
Like the voice acting, is pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Was pretty cool though. What like yeah pretty much very cool though. Like and here I go, I repeat myself. Like game like the combat system is just the only thing that just nah.
yeah. I mean, like I said, it's all personal. Some people really like the combat. To me, I just didn't like the combat that much. And and that's why I was afraid of going into the game when I first heard that because it was gonna be more of like a game like Kingdom Hearts, but then they kind of changed it a little bit more to this. I was like, I was hoping it was more like Kingdom Hearts or more action. And I know when they moved away from that and went more kind of like a hybrid, I was kind of worried about it. But I played the demo, so okay, it's okay. I could see it being good. But then, like I said, it just I don't know. Like I said, I'm still excited for the second one, but I'm hoping they could do something about the ATB gauge because the whole item stuff is just
And the dodging.
yeah, the dodging. Like I said, the dodging's like don't put dodging if it's not really useful. It's more about blocking.
Yeah,
and
it,
countering.
like she ain't put material with deli dodging. It still ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. But like I said, the game was fun. Like I said, especially in the very beginning, man, I was hooked. Like when I first got, I think that I fucking played like I think Saturday or whatever. I fucking played like eight. I put 8 hours straight, boys. I was in it. When I got to Tifa, boy, this game over for me. I ain't gonna lie. I got to the part with Tifa and I was sucked into the game. I couldn't stop playing. Once I met Tifa, I was in it, man. She started talking to me and I was like, oh, wait a minute, hey. I was in it, boys. She had me. And then like I said, I was enjoying the game, the story, and I was really into it. But then at the end, I was like, this combat's starting to get frustrating a little bit. But hard really makes the combat flow much better. Nah, I don't see playing it on hard making it better. I don't definitely not really use items. I I don't see in my mind. I don't see it making it better. But yeah, I guess we can becomes more of a hybrid action strategy. See, I'm not about strategy games. I'm more about straight up action. I don't care about strategy too much. But so now we're gonna move into some other topics. Did y'all have anything else to say about the game before I move on? Did y'all get any of the special summons? I didn't know. I didn't ask y'all this.
You got that fat chocobo.
Yeah, I got Shiva and I got the fat chocobo. I didn't get that one in that one area I missed because I didn't know. I thought I got everything in that area, but I didn't get that. And that one material I missed was a summon. I forgot it was a different chocobo. I think I missed.
Yeah, I don't say, but I don't say like. Oh yeah, question. What's y'all favorite summon on Final Fantasy VII remake?
I mean, I didn't get to get all of them, but if I would have got Bahamut, it probably would have been Bahamut. But I didn't get the Bahamut, so I only got like only ones I got was Shiva, Ifrit, the Fat Chocobo, and then that's it. No, that
Yeah,
can,
those are the only ones
Yep.
I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that it's like the only three.
there's more than that. There's more you can get by
Yeah, there's
missing.
more, but you need to do extra stuff to get it.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I wish I could have got Bahamut because I always been a fan of Bahamut in the Final Fantasy series. He's probably my favorite summon.
oh, like these, I don't say these just gotta do the side mission and stuff.
To get Bahamut, you gotta do everything in that little, that little guy. Once you do stuff for him,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you gotta complete everything. And I think it unlocks before you can fight Bahamut. There's a lot of stuff in the
Um,
game that you go back and play, like a lot of side stuff you can, a lot of harder
yeah.
monsters to fight and stuff. But I just don't want to do because I'm not a fan of the combat.
Yeah, I was like so the one something funny to me is that big ass chicken.
Where's Chocobo? Chocobo is a staple. Which, that little kid, or not that kid, but that guy, his name is Chano. He's actually an android. If you didn't know, you find out
Oh,
when you do everything, you find out that he's actually an android. And
yeah.
he's actually working for Hojo. Oh, Hojo created him to watch you. He's actually an
Oh,
android.
okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool stuff in there. If you go back and play it and hard mode and do the summons, and there's actually harder bosses and stuff in the VR rooms and stuff. But I just don't like the combat enough to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I think I like Shiva. Like ever since Final Fantasy 15, I fell in love with Shivas.
Oh, you like Shiva? Yeah,
Yeah, Shiva.
yeah. Shiva's cool. I
Like,
like
ever since
I like Shiva in Final Fantasy X. I think she's pretty cool.
Like ever since they introduced like the new like model of her in Final Fantasy 15, I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. In Final Fantasy 15, you don't summon her though, don't? She's that one. She's actually that one character, right? And you see her.
Yeah,
you,
she's actually that one character, but
you find
I
out.
remember getting her
I know you find out that.
before that.
I know you find out that she is Shiva because there's like a
Yeah.
cutscene or something, and you see her.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But further commentator said Chocobo and Moogle. I know Moogle. I think I might have got Moogle as a summon too. I forgot if I got Moogle. I know there's two. Yeah, Carbuncle and Cacto you can get, but the DLC summons. I might have got Moogles. I think I got Moogle for a summon too. I forgot how I got him, but I think I got him as a summon too. Yeah, I've always and I won't lie, I was a little disappointed in the summon system in this game. Like I always like the Final Fantasy summons, and like I can't not be able to pick when you get to summon these. I didn't like that's how 15 is too. 15 you don't get to pick; they just come out when they want to. But when they come out in 15, they fucking destroy shit. They're just so massive and so awesome.
yeah.
In this game, they just come out when they want to, and it's like. And to me, it's like
But I think
I didn't feel that they didn't feel as powerful. Like even in 10, when you get summons, man, you're like, yeah, I'm about to bring my summon out. It's about to fucking wreck shit. And I just didn't feel
I
that.
think it's because 15 was more of an open world, than that, so they had a lot more space to do.
Yeah, but even 10, when you summon stuff, I just felt like the summons were a beast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In this game, they didn't feel as powerful to me. I mean, I was glad to help them help out because some battles I was getting getting rocked, but I never felt like the summons were like they was cool looking. I liked them, but I don't know. They just didn't have the same impact as that did in past Final Fantasy games. But yeah, it's overall, like I said, Final Fantasy 7 is a good game. I think right now my game of the year is probably still Dreams, because Dreams just does something amazing. This Dreams is just amazing. It's just that's all I can say about Dreams. It's probably still my game of the year, but we still got some other games coming out. So and also Dreams right now is anybody Dreams is free trial right now. You can play Dreams for free right now. You can't do the create stuff, but you can play levels. They have some kind of like character levels you can play right now for free in Dreams. So, yeah, everybody should give Dreams a try because it's awesome and more people. And actually, it's cheaper too. I think it's only $30 right now, and it's amazing. But before we move on, developers commentary says Chocobo, Mugo, or a single summon behind the fans in Chapter 6. Yeah, I miss. That's the ones I missed. I guess I didn't get Mugo.
The Mugo with the fat chocobo as well. Like there's a Mugo on top of his head or something.
Yeah, I got the fat one. I didn't get. There's another one. I think there's 3 different chocobo summons. I thought there's 2 different. I know there's 2. There's more than one chocobo you can get for summons.
No, okay.
There's a fat one and there's like a skinny one. And then there's a baby one too. I thought or something. I don't know. There might be 3 chocobos. But also you can get. Oh, I forgot about Leviathan, like a sea creature one. I don't know where you get that one at. I was expecting to have more missions come out for me to unlock the summons, but nothing ever happened. But okay, we'll move on to some other stuff. Y'all want to talk? Let's talk about Apex. New game trailer came out. New character, new season. It looked pretty cool. I haven't been playing a lot of Apex lately. This whole shit going around. I just haven't really. It's never been in the mood to play a lot of video games like that. But I'm definitely, when this comes out next week, I'm definitely going to jump on and give it a shot. Hopefully, get the new character and try the new map out. It had some new stuff, like you can do missions and stuff during the mode. I guess it kind of trying to be like Call of Duty Warzone with the missions and stuff and that. But yeah, you can do like missions and stuff. It seems like. But so have you seen the? I know you've seen it, man. Have you seen the new Apex trailer, Emperor?
Hell yes.
Like I said, I think the trailer looks good. The character looks cool. Both have Mugos. VR. I guess you had to get. Yeah. But are you gonna be trying this out, Rage, when this Apex comes out?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna try this out. Like there gonna be a whole new mode. There gonna be a new mode. They're gonna have on there.
They didn't really have a new mode, but it seemed like you had missions during the game modes, right?
Well, yeah, missions.
But I think it's.
Well, yeah, missions.
But it seems like it's gonna be doing the regular. I guess it's a new mode, but I think you'd be doing regular battle royale. But doing those, you'll have missions.
Yeah, like there's there's one. This is one have little like survival hunt, like little survival hunting where you got stay alive, like kill a lot of like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Little dinosaur stuff.
Yeah, but it seems like this stuff is gonna happen during the match. So I wonder how that's gonna. They didn't really explain it. They just kind of said, "Oh yeah, you do this," but they didn't really go in detail. But yeah, I don't know if I have enough points to unlock Battle Pass again because I didn't play enough this time around to get up. I'll have to see if I get Battle Pass free again. But I'm definitely gonna try it. I'm definitely gonna get back into it and try it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say also a new arena.
Yeah, the new arena looks cool. So yeah. What about you, Emperor?
I haven't even seen it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not a big Apex player. Like, even though I haven't played Apex a lot lately, kind of fell off. It's fun, but I haven't really played Monster Hunter either. Even though Monster Hunter, them hunts just take too long. It just pissed me off lately. But But yeah, new Apex coming next week. I think it's the 12th, which is
Yeah.
probably Tuesday.
Oh yeah, and also they're gonna be like secret treasure, and yeah, there's a dog business on secret treasure. They're gonna have on there.
Yeah, I think that's part of the missions. I think you unlock that when you do the missions. When you beat the missions, you get those treasures.
Yeah.
Like they showed it during the.
I want to talk about end game. Well, I want to talk about end game.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. You do those missions, and then you complete those missions in game. They unlock you unlock a treasure.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying. That's what it showed it on the trailer. At least it's like they was doing the mission, then they completed it, and then a treasure. They unlocked the treasure.
Okay.
But and then we also have another big game trailer. Probably the last trailer we see. Last of Us 2 showed off another story trailer. And what can you say? The game looks amazing. It seemed like they showed a lot of stuff from the first game, because they showed like younger versions of Ellie and Joe. So I guess it's kind of show. I think it looked like it was kind of showing what leads up into this game a little bit, because this game takes place in the future, like some years has passed. So this game this kind of trailer kind of shows that. So I'm wondering if you actually get to play some of the like younger versions of them before you get to this part.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of figured there'll be more flashbacks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more flashbacks too. But this is the first time you actually seen those flashbacks though, 'cause they haven't shown any flashbacks of the. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm excited for lots of it.
My only question is, does Ellie learn how to swim? We see her learn guitar. Does she know how to swim by now?
I don't know. I don't know if we'll do any water sections in this game or not. Yeah, like I said, I'm intrigued by this game. There's a lot of hate, not a lot of hate, but some people are hating on the game for people are spoiling the game. What's bad too is some of the
I almost got spoiled earlier today.
Guess what? Some people also, like some of these Xbox fanboys, since people was crapping all over the Xbox event, they decided they was gonna spoil Last of Us for people, because people were shitting on the Xbox event. So doing no chat or doing a little thing, they decided to spoil Last of Us because people were shitting on the Xbox. Man, you fucking fanboys, are you kidding me? Just because somebody has a different opinion than you gonna spoil it? You gonna spoil Last of Us because people didn't like the Xbox event? But yeah, I haven't been spoiled yet. Like I said, I have an idea of maybe what the spoilers are about, when people are mad about, but not completely.
I almost got spoiled earlier today when I was on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't have a Twitter.
I don't know why. Here's the thing. I don't know why. I clicked on the post because it says you can pre-order the game.
Ah, you messed up. Yeah.
No, like I clicked it, and maybe because I clicked the link that it posted on the tweet itself, but it just took me to the PlayStation webpage, and I was like, okay, maybe it's in another link tweet.
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and I was like, okay, there's nothing here. But on the side of it, it shows like next to the comment where you can make a comment, it says like there are some hidden posts there. I was like, what the heck is this? I've never seen this before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I clicked on it.
Yeah, if it said hidden, that means stay away. That means stay away. Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and like my mind instantly thought, okay, wait, this is spoilers. Hold on. So the only thing I read from the instant that page popped up, the only thing I read was Ellie and Joel. Yeah. And I quickly backed away from it.
Yeah, I mean, stay away. Yeah. Because like I said, even if I get spoiled, I'm still not gonna be. I'm gonna be mad, but I'm not gonna be too mad. But because I want to play, I want to play the whole game and see it.
It is what it is.
But yeah, like I said, I'm staying away from spoilers. I ain't.
But here's the one I do want to talk about. Last of Us is people been asking where's Abby, from the first look of the trailer.
I don't know who Abby is.
Talking about that girl she kissed.
Oh, you talking about the girl she kissed, right?
Is that her name?
I think so. I
I
think
think
so. Yeah, she was saved. She was saved
But
by
they have,
Allie
but
in the
I'm
first
sa-
little trailer.
but they haven't really showed too many trailers since then, so you wouldn't see her because you haven't seen any more trailers. I mean, so I don't know why people are saying where's she at because they haven't showed any more trailers besides this one. So I don't know why people are saying where's she at. Like, well, you haven't seen no. Have you played the game? Have you seen? This is the second trailer. They haven't showed any more trailers since that one time you seen her.
see
So I
that
don't.
was from my
S-
speculation of
s-
what the story was gonna be from what I can gather from all the trailers. I think she gets killed,
yeah,
and this is
I
what the
think she
revenge
get.
story is about.
I think she gets killed or she betrays her in a way.
I guess.
But
I mean, but
because I've seen
that's what
because I've seen
what
I've
my
seen
understanding
because
is.
I've seen it a little bit before. Then they show like another people because people actually play the game. They would like previous events and stuff. And I've seen like longer trailers, and it seems like yeah, it seems like she gets betrayed or that girl like something happens to Allie. I think Allie might get raped too, cause how they do, cause how you see trailers, you never know what they're actually showing, right? Cause you see her
Yeah.
like, oh, don't do it, she's crying. And I'm thinking, oh, they're killing that girl, or they're raping her, right? Or that girl is betraying her. But I don't know. But you just never know. You just never know. But I don't.
Yeah.
I just want to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I can see it happening, but at the same time, it's like, how are they gonna do it? Because that's the type of scenes that I feel very uneasy when I see in movies and other things.
Yeah, I don't. To me, I don't think that's what it is because I don't think people would get upset about that if that was what happened. If that's the
I think
spoiler,
they might.
if that's the spoiler that's happened, the whole getting raped or whole dying, I don't think people would. Because what I'm seeing from people who are getting mad, well, not what I'm seeing. What I heard from this one podcast, this one guy kind of hinted at. I think he's seen the spoilers, and he's saying it seems like they're mad about Ellie being a lesbian and Ellie being the main character.
Yeah, but that's one of the previous games, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what the hell are people? But I don't know if I don't know if that's it. But that's what I think that's something to do with it. Cause even Tim, that's why Tim was mad. Cause Tim's like, oh, they're supporting the LB gay community, and so like Ellie's always been gay, like.
Yeah.
But she's always been lesbian. So I don't know why people would be mad about that. That's stupid. But it could be more to it than that. But I don't know. I don't want to know because I want to wait to the game.
Yeah,
but
I already know it's one. So.
Yeah, you already know it. So don't comment at all right now because I don't want you giving shit away. This ain't. Yeah, you don't say shit. You don't say shit right now. But what I think, what I've heard is that guy saying something about. He's saying something about politics and about there being LBK or Q or whatever community because Ellie's gay and other stuff, and I'm like, that's why I know Tim because Tim's all mad about Captain Marvel and shit. I'm like, dude, Captain Marvel was a good movie. I mean, but
I understand, like, unless it feels forced, like they shoved it in there just to shove it into your face.
Even if they shove it in
no.
your face, I think it's okay because it's still game. It's still a story. They can tell the story how they want to tell it.
Yeah, but
You don't. To me, you don't have to.
I look at the story.
You don't have to like the game. You don't have to like the story, like, because you know what I'm saying. But you should. But you shouldn't be. But you shouldn't be mad about it because they can tell it's still a game, right? Long as it fits still universe, still characters, right? It's okay.
Like, no, hold on.
But
it's like the way they did Ellie being gay, I did not feel that it was forced or anything.
Yeah.
It was just there.
Yeah.
As opposed to other medium or other or TV shows I might have watched, and they kind of like shoved this gay character in there, like, hey, look at her, like she's gay.
Yeah.
We're supporting gay people. It's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like you putting something in there just to put something in there.
Yeah, I see that, but to me, my biggest thing is if this Naughty Dog's telling the story, they made this game, right? They made the first game. They made the story to this game. This is their universe, right? They can tell the story they want to tell. If you don't like, it's okay not to like. I don't even think you should be mad and making these YouTube videos. Oh, fucking Naughty Dog. Oh, no, this is their game. This is their story. They can tell the story they want to tell, right? It's their game, right? It's their story. It's their universe. They can tell the game they want to tell. If you don't like it, that's okay. Don't play it. That's how I see it. Now if it's not a good story, it's not told very good. Well, they did a shitty job, right? They didn't. But to me, I think it's gonna be good because the first game was good. And if I don't like the story, I think it's. And if I don't like how it ends, I think it's gonna be told. I think our story. I'm still gonna enjoy the story because I know it's gonna be told very good, even though I might not like how it ends or how it plays out. Because I don't think it's gonna have a good ending. I think this game's gonna end badly. The Last of Us is not a pretty game. It's not a happy-go-lucky game. You're not in a very, it's shit's hit the fan in this universe. It's not a very happy-go-lucky game. So I know second game, even seeing the trailers, it does not look very bright. It looks brutal.
Yeah, the
trailers,
newest trailer.
it's not
is dark.
Yeah, it's very dark. So I don't know if I'll like the game. Cause I don't like bad endings at all. So I don't know if I'm gonna like the ending, but I think I'm gonna like the game, and like how it's told. But I don't think I'm gonna like the ending. Cause I don't think it's gonna be a happy ending. I think it's gonna be brutal and savage, and shit's gonna go down. So I don't think I'm gonna like it in that sense, because I'm over. I like happy endings. I don't like fucking sad endings and brutal. And this game is not gonna be happy. It's not gonna be happy-go-lucky. It's gonna be brutal. Shit's gonna go down. So I don't think. To me personally, I don't like that kind of stuff. But it's so enticing, and the story is so good. I'm so want to play it and see how it ends. I don't think I'm gonna like the ending like it like that, because it's not gonna go the way I want it to go. Right? I know it ain't gonna go the way I want.
For that matter.
And then the gameplay, I don't like the gameplay really because it's stealth, but it's something about the game that makes me want to play it, and I enjoy it. So it has all these things going against it, but I still enjoy the game, so that's why I know it's going to be good. Even though I know I'm not going to like the way the game ends, because it's going to end brutally, and it's probably not going to, but I know it's still going to be a good game.
That's a testament,
Yeah.
to how good the story is, just because you're gonna play even though you don't like the gameplay.
Yeah, and I won't say that. The gameplay was okay in the first game. I didn't know it was stealth, but it wasn't super hard, I guess, and it was still kind of fun in a way, But like I said, I gave it a try because it was Naughty Dog, and then I'm like, oh wow, this game is, and I know they're gonna take it up a notch. So what I've seen so far, the gameplay that I've seen so far looks brutal. It looks just clean, and the graphics and the stories, I'm intrigued. And in the first trailer, how her and that chick, all kissing and shit, lovers do, they're lesbian, but it's okay. And you see Joe, you just and you just know the shit's, and I know the storytelling's gonna be good. I know the voice acting's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be super engaging. Now how it ends up, I know I'm like, damn, what the fuck. I know I'm not gonna like the ending, but I know I'm gonna like the game. And I'm not gonna.
I just can't wait for this damn game, man.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm not super hyped for the game, but I am excited to play because I know it's gonna be an experience. I guess I should say.
Yeah, I think for me, the highest regard that I can give to a game is if it truly affects me in a certain way, whether it changes my views on something or. Yeah, it just affects me.
I'm just hoping when this game comes out, at the end of June, that we're living in better times. I mean, I know it's not going to be what we're living in now with this COVID-19. Yeah. I know it's not going to be completely over, but hopefully things are getting better. Which, right now, I think they're opening up stuff too soon. I'm just, but hopefully things are getting a little bit better by that time, because playing this game during these times, it's I don't know if my mind can. I don't know if I should be playing this type of game, when we're living in this environment.
Hey, they released Resident Evil 3 during this environment.
Yeah, but Resident Evil 3 is not it's brutal, but it's still a video game. But Last of Us 2, man, it's realistic, and it's realistic. It's it hits harder, I guess I should say. Yeah. The storytelling hits harder and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not just because it's so. This environment is so right now I need good games that take me out of what we're living in, but not more happy or more more fantasy kind of stuff. And then apocalyptic stuff going down. But yeah. So now I guess we're getting to the main topic of the show, which is which I was really looking forward to, because it's always cool seeing new games and stuff, and especially during these times, anything that get you hyped. It's cool, right? Get you in the mood, get you get hyped. And which I know I'm not really looking forward to the Xbox Series X, but they were showing third party games, so I'm looking forward. I know these games are gonna be on the PS5, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be. I get to see finally get to see some next gen games. So what happened this week? Yesterday, Thursday, was Series X, right? Announced that there's gonna have a inside Xbox, and this is the first time we get to see some Xbox Series X gameplay. They was hyping it up. They weren't really hyped. They hyped it up a little bit, but they on the tweets they kept saying gameplay. We know you want the games. We're gonna show you gameplay. And then on top of that, Assassin's Creed was shown earlier, but it was just CG, right? But then they were saying, oh yeah, Thursday. Guess what? We're gonna have gameplay. You're gonna see Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay. So before we break down what was shown at this event, I want y'all to give me y'all's overall opinions before we dive deep. What's your just tell me?
The event?
Yeah, about the event. Did you see the event at all?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. I know you seen the Mayhem, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
So, what was y'all's opinions about it? Just real fast before we break it down.
I want to say like, the only thing I would say is where's the gameplay?
Well, they had
That's
gameplay, but they didn't have a lot of gameplay. Well, they had some gameplay, I would
But
say, but it wasn't the focus.
The cinematic trailers doesn't even count.
Yeah,
Like
no.
don't.
But there was,
count
but there was,
gameplay.
yeah. Well, there was some gameplay, but they was fast and far in between. But most of it was cinematics. And the gameplays that did show, if you read the what it said on the description, it said shows a representation of what it should be on Series X. So I don't think these games are even run on the Series X. I think they was running on PC to specs similar to what the Series X can do. I don't think these games are actually running on the Series X. If you actually read the description, the text on the screen when they were showing the gameplay, it was nonsense. But yeah, what do you think about it, Emperor?
It's
alright.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna dive it, guys. This was a shame. Let me tell you something. You know,
I came for the games. I just want to see what games they
yes,
were showing.
I came for the games. I don't think the presentation was bad. Besides them people making jokes and stuff, that was bad.
Yeah.
But as far as the presentation was okay, because what else can you do, right? Inside Xbox, you can't have a big event. But to me, I think this event was a big mistake by Microsoft, because here's my main problem. This is the first time you're announcing, for the first time, we're showing you what next gen gaming's all about, right? They've been talking about the power. Oh, Xbox 12 teraflops. Oh, la la la. All this nonsense. And this is the first time we get to see your next gen games, even though it's not first party, it's third party. I understand that. But I think for your first time showing people what your systems are about, you gotta show us. You really gotta show us. And they did, and these games just didn't do it. I'm sorry. Like, these games just does not represent, and I'm not just talking about graphics. You gotta show what next gens can do, right? And I know these are third party. I know they'll probably, I just think this is bad, y'all. I hate to say it, this event was bad. It was super bad. It was so bad. Like I don't know what Microsoft was thinking, showing what they show. If this is all you're gonna show, you should just kept this and show them with your other games. Because for you to come out and the first time showing your next gen game and this is all you got to show, that's bad. Now, because you come out and the first game you show is this first-person shooter game, and it didn't look bad. Like, for the first time seeing this game, I'm like, oh, this looks kind of cool, right? The graphics don't look too bad. It looks pretty next gen, not super next gen, but it doesn't look bad, right? It looked like Killzone. It looked like a Killzone game to me, to tell you the truth. How the guns look, and even the environments, and not just the way the game looked. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It reminded me of Killzone, right? But it looked kind of cool. Like, I'm it didn't look breathtaking, but I'm like, okay, that could just be a next gen, right? Just for this little snippet. But then everything else after that was just not good, y'all. Like, I know this is still a party, but if you showing off, and then they kept saying optimized for Series X. They kept saying that this game is going to be optimized for Series X, right? And a little, I'm like, how's this? This looks like it could be run on the PS4 and Xbox One. This doesn't look like next gen at all. And that's just the graphics. But even it's not just about the graphics. Show me, like, I'm gonna jump to the end real fast. Did you guys see, like, during the presentation, how they kept saying at the bottom of the screen, and even the guys kept saying, "Oh, stay tuned, we're gonna have gameplay." They kept saying we're gonna have gameplay for Assassin's Creed, right? They kept saying that during this presentation, right? Like, that was the main thing that this show is all about. And you get to Assassin's Creed, and what they show? Fucking CG trailer. Are you kidding me? This game would have been the perfect time to show what the Xbox can do. You know why? Not because of the graphics, because you can show loading time, right? They've been hyping up, even though they're not going to be as fast as Sony's hard drive, but they're all using the SSD drive, right? You could have shown Assassin's Creed open world map. It's a little clip. How it's different from regular gen, right? You could have showed the open world map of a guy running around and no pop-ins on the screen. You know how now games are always doing that pop-in with the textures? They could have showed Assassin's Creed looking good, no pop-ins, right? No loading screens, no pop-ins, and the map. This texture's looking smooth, and the guy that's running around the map, and you don't see no loadings. That would demonstrate the power of your next gen, right? And even in some of these other games, if you could have showed, like, from the dashboard, booting up straight into a game, that would have showed the next gen. But they didn't demonstrate the next gen at all. These games didn't look bad. Like that one anime game, from Namco Bandai or whatever, they didn't even look bad. It's got my interest a little bit. But I just think that this was the time to demonstrate why people should be excited. But this is the first time seeing gameplay of your next gen titles, and these games didn't do it at all. But y'all want to go into more detail about this event? What disappointing you, or something that you liked about it?
Let Rage go.
Rage, go ahead. Speak your opinion about this. Developer's commentary says, "Did you check out Lord of the Rings Gollum?" I have seen that screenshot of that game. It's supposed to be a next gen Lord of the Rings. I ain't gonna lie to you, that screenshot is not very impressive. From the screenshot, at least. I don't know what I seen that leaked image, and I'm not really impressed with that screen. I don't know if they've showed any more out. I don't know if there's any more stuff been leaked, but from the screenshot, I didn't. Nah, I'm not. That Lord of the Rings Golem is not looking too good. But I actually had like a gameplay of it and see what it's about. Could be cool, but from the leaked screenshot of that game, it's not looking good at all. But do y'all want me to break down what they showed off, and y'all can give me y'all's opinions about the games or something?
Sure.
So, first game. What? Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing. I think because I'm pretty sure I have different opinions than both of you.
Okay, I want to know your opinion, bro.
I really didn't care about gameplay in the sense because I was just there for the Assassin's Creed gameplay. Like that was the only game I ever cared about that was being shown in this. Any other game, I was surprised, and also like the only other game that I actually was surprised that was there was Bloodline.
Vampire
game.
That looked like trash too. That looks like shit. Looked like shit.
That to me, that was one of my other favorite games that I was surprised was there.
It looked like shit, man.
It did look like shit, but then again, that's probably the art style they're going with.
Like the very beginning,
they could make it better.
That beginning cutscene that did, Like, I think the gameplay didn't look too bad. I mean, it didn't look good in my opinion. But you just could. They didn't. They showed it in rapid session, so you couldn't get a good glimpse of the gameplay. But that opening
Yeah.
scene when that guy always had the puppets, that face of his, the character models, man, it looked like shit, man. What's going on? And then maybe it's the art
Yeah, I
style.
did agree with you on that, but
It could
to
be the
me,
art
that
style,
kind of looked.
but it looked like
It could just be
trash.
the art style.
Hot trash is what it looked
But
like.
then, I mean, sure. But then again, but once again, like that could just be the art style
That could be
that
it.
they're going with.
Yeah.
But when I first saw that, I thought it looked like some other game,
Hmm.
like a sequel to another game called I forgot what it was. We Happy Few. There we go.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you ever heard about that.
Before you go on,
It kind
Emperor.
of looked like that.
Before you go on, Emperor, and this is why I think this PlayStation was bad. This is the first time Microsoft is showing next gen gameplay,
Okay.
and you got this.
Okay, you're gonna need to expand on what you want from next gen. That's my question, because I'm not expecting anything that gigantic of a leap.
Listen, I'm not expecting too much of a leap in graphics. I will defend that. But they've been talking about these other features, right? About the fast loading, right? People been talking about, oh, with these hard drives, you ain't gonna see no loadings. You know what I'm saying? Nothing demonstrated that. Nothing demonstrated next gen. All these games look like they could be on the PS4 and Xbox. You know what's so funny is Sony came out and showed off Ghost of Tsushima right after this was over. Look what's coming out in July. And guess what? Ghost of Tsushima looks better than anything that was shown at this event. That should not be the case. If this is all you got to show, you don't show it. Show this when you show your other games. Because to me, because Microsoft came, oh, we got the most powerful console. Oh, we got 12 teraflops. Oh, this and this and this. And then you show these games.
You can compare the two things to me though.
And none of these games represent next gen. It's just not a good showing. That's why people
Yeah,
are.
but once again, it's like I don't think that's a fair comparison in my opinion.
It is. I'm just saying you gotta show me next gen. This is your first time showing next gen gameplay.
Like you're saying about the pop-ins.
Yes.
You're saying about the pop-ins.
Yes.
I still think we're gonna get pop-ins.
But not on the Assassin's Creed. You know why? Because Assassin's Creed is cross gen. So it's not gonna be used.
Even on the Series X, I'm still gonna expect pop-ins just because that's the nature of the game.
I'm telling you, this event was pure trash because they did not. You gotta come out swinging when you show your first games on your next gen. You gotta come out swinging, even if it's third party, right? Even if you gotta show to oh look, this is it on this gen. This is on the Series X. They didn't. It's bad. These games it's not a good showing, and they didn't show enough gameplay. There's too many CG trailers.
I already say that there are gonna be no first-party games for like the first 2 years or something.
What they're saying is, it's gonna be first party games, but they're not gonna be. They're all gonna be cross gen. So every game that comes out is gonna be on Xbox One and Series X, which that is bad. But you can at least show the difference between your Series X version and your Xbox One version, right? And that's the problem with these games, that none of these games looked impressive to me. Like even the one I think is kind of cool. It's okay. But you can't come out and this guy doing his whole getting hype and like parts. I'm like, and then you know what? If Assassin's Creed would show gameplay, the conference probably would have been all right. I don't think people would have been as mad if Assassin's Creed would have showed gameplay, right? But it didn't, and that's bad because they kept advertising that it was going to show gameplay of that game, specifically
That to me,
specifically that game.
I
During the video, they say, "Oh, stay tuned. We got Assassin's Creed gameplay," and they don't show gameplay. We're not advertising it doing that. You know what I'm saying? They're advertising it doing this inside gaming event. They're advertising it. Say, "Stay tuned. We got gameplay of Assassin's Creed," and then they don't show gameplay. That's bad. So that on top of what they show was just a disaster.
Like, hey, you want to know something? I think I saw more gameplay.
Say again, you
Um,
oh shit, I think I'm freezing up. Oh shit, I'm freezing up.
I
That,
ain't
that
got nothing to say really.
I froze up, so I don't know what just said. My camera died. I'm gonna keep it off.
Hey, well, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. My house, you know how mine is. I
Right.
was my screen froze up, but I'm back. You said something about
Well, I
gameplay.
would say it's like I think we saw more gameplay out of games that we did not care about compared to the games we did care about. Like Yakuza, for example.
Yeah, like I said, yeah. I mean, I don't care for Yakuza, but that game didn't look bad, but it still didn't look impressive.
But then again, that to me, I always look at what type of thing they're trying to convey, like the art style.
Yeah,
It's more cartoony in a way.
yeah. But it's like as me spitting. But developers commentary said these games are not ready to ship though. They're still in development, and no one masters the new tools at launch. And I understand that games are gonna get better and better as the year goes on. But I think that if you're gonna show your next gen games, your first time showing your next gen games, you gotta show something for people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show something. It's gotta be more than what they show. You gotta impress in some way. And I just don't think they show. Like these are like, even if these are all like games that are this cross-gen games, you could have said, look, this game is it's, I don't know. I just thought it was bad. I just think that you got to come, because I know there's gonna be more third-party games than this. I think the big games, like people want to see Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk's still on their own event next month. I think some of the other games they'll probably get their own events, right, so they couldn't get. I just think that you know that they've been treating about like, come see first Series X gameplay, and then you show games that look like they're running on PS4 and Xbox One. It's not a good look. That's all I'm saying. They should have just announced we got an inside game and come look at some games coming out, and then they could have said, oh yeah, these games. I don't know what they could have did if this is what they're showing. I just think that these games have been alright shown with some other games, but you need to have at least one game that demonstrates your next gen gaming, because they didn't really have. To me, they didn't have anything that demonstrated next gen and like performance or even gameplay or even graphics. Like I said, the first game they announced was the uh,
Bright memory.
Bright Memory Infinite. It looked okay. To me, that was probably the most impressive as far as graphics go.
Now, that has always been really beautiful because I've been following this game for a while now.
Yeah, it's on like PC, right? Like a
Yeah.
30-minute demo or something. This is like
Yeah,
or something.
there's something like that.
Yeah.
But
This
the
this
guy's
is
still working with on
well,
it.
this is like a newer one because Infinite makes it new or something. I heard something about, but
It could be the partnership, but I don't know.
yeah, but you know, it looks better and stuff. But then you got like, I just think that like, what other games they showed off? Scorn was showing off, but that game's been in development for a long time. That game, no gameplay, trash. I need gameplay. Uh, Second extension announcement, right? That dinosaur game with the guns and shooting. The game looked okay, but didn't really look impressive. But it didn't look bad. At least they showed gameplay of it, right? But still, I'm not like
Not a game you cared about.
no. And also, if like even the games that don't look that good to me, if somebody could talk about what's different on the next gen, right? You see what I'm saying? Even these games, the games they showed off, maybe they're all doing something that the old systems can't do, but we don't. I don't see it. If they should have somebody explaining it, right? At least, because this is your first time showing games on next gen. You need to let people know why these games going. They kept saying, "Oh, optimized for Series X." So why that if it's not gonna be in graphics, then you need to explain people why this looks why is this gonna look better on the X gen? Because I'm not seeing it right, and they just dropped the ball. Now I thought that was gonna do some walkthroughs. Like, look at this game. Look what we're able to do on next gen, right? Could have been shown. Look how there's no loading screens. Or look how there's no pop-ins. Look how good. You know what I'm saying? These trailers are real fast, and they wasn't showing a whole lot of gameplay, and they wasn't looking very impressive, right? It's just bad. To me, I don't really care because I'm not planning on getting the Xbox. I was just looking forward to seeing next gen games. 'Cause I know these games are gonna be on PS5, and these games will probably look the same on PS5 too. You know what I'm saying? Be honest, these same games that are all coming to PS5. I'm buying a PS5, but these games will probably look the same as PS5 too. But I'm guaranteed Sony's gonna show some other stuff besides these games, right? They're gonna show. I'm hoping. Well, they should. And I'm sure, like, when they show off Halo, they're probably gonna go in detail. Look what we could do. I just think they're probably gonna go in detail about what next gen's, the difference in between next gen and what we're able to do. And to me, they could have had some fast gameplays of some games, but then they should have had some gameplays where they broke down the games and what the game's able to do and what it's able to do in next gen. See what I'm saying? And they didn't have any of that. And when you're first time showing your next gen games, you need to break down the next gen differences. And they did not. And that's how they dropped the ball. Was you impressed of any of the other games of those two games, Emperor? Any of these other games impress you?
No, they were just games I was looking forward to looking more at.
Okay. Like I said, the game that got my interest is that anime game.
Scarlet Nexus was another one.
Yeah,
it was like anime-ish.
Yeah, that to me it didn't impress me as far as being next gen, but it impressed me.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But really, that game does not look next gen at all. It looks like I've seen like some people. I was watching Digital Foundry talk about that game. They said that game looks like an average PS4 game. So when to me, like, you're showing a game on your system for next gen, and it looks like an average last console gen game, that's bad, right? None of these games should look average last gen on a next gen system, right? When they're being shown off at your event, you know what I'm saying? Microsoft can't dictate what third parties do in their system. But when you're hosting an event and you're picking games to show off your system, you gotta show off the goods. You can't have games that look like this showing off your system. It's not a good look. Digital Foundry said this game looks like an average last gen game. This is what they showing off at the event. That can't be in your event. That can't be. Not if it's all you got. You could be like the old fast slasher. Like, look at all the games we got coming out. But when you got like 25 minutes and you got only showing a certain amount of games, you gotta show off the goods. Especially if it's your first time showing gameplay of your new system. That's the key. This is the first time showing gameplay of your new system. You gotta show off the goods. I think. Does that make sense to you, Emperor? Did you see what I'm trying to? I'm kind of this.
Like, I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting my point. But I don't know if I'm getting my point.
The only thing I'm telling you is to lower your expectations.
Look,
especially with these first round of games.
Listen to me. I didn't have high expectations, and they still missed it.
Bro, the way you're talking, you are.
No, I just wanted to see next gen.
Exactly. You're expecting next gen. You're not gonna get next gen with these first round of games.
I should. There might not be super next gen, but it should be some type of next gen. These games did not look that good. They didn't show any features off. Right?
Like, I'll tell you one thing that I'm looking forward to next gen. Which is basically 60 FPS on all games.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing I'm expecting.
And they could demonstrate that. Like in that Nexus game, like, on regular gen, it's only 30 frames, but on this gen, it's 60 frames, right? They just didn't demonstrate nothing. But I mean, that's all it's just like I said, it's just disappointing that they come out first time showing on next gen games, and this is what we get. What about you, Rage? What's your? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Just a little.
I mean, I'm not saying every single game they shut off had been blowing my mind. I wasn't expecting my mind to be blown. I expected to see some next gen games, and I didn't. I mean,
So does everybody else. But yet, but yeah, don't know why they're holding up though, and they don't got like how many months? So today's May, so June, July, August, September, October, September, like December, like 7 months.
yeah. Well, see, my problem is these games should be shown. I don't think these games are good enough to be shown by themselves, right? These are next month, July. They're saying they're going to be showing off the first party games, right? These games, they should have just did one event and shown these games off with the other games, because I don't think these games are good enough to stand alone. Especially your first time showing them. You can't show these games. This can't be your first time showing off a console. You can't show these. You can't show. This can't be what you show. These games are good enough to be shown. You can show these with your other games, right? Now look, we got some dope party games coming out too. Look at these dope party games, right? But this should be showing off these by themselves. They don't stand up. They just not for your first time showing off gameplay. It's just not. You've been talking about this 13 tail flop. No, I'm not seeing 13 tail flops. I'm not seeing faster loading screens. Everything Microsoft talked about, I didn't see on these games. Just didn't see it. Even if I don't like it,
you barely saw anything.
And that's the problem. That is my problem. That's one problem too. And that's why this event was bad, because they didn't show enough. You got. I mean, I'm expecting that Microsoft's gonna bounce back, and in July when they show off the first party games, they're gonna really show off. They're gonna show off gameplay, more gameplay, and it's gonna be you're gonna see a difference and stuff, but. It's just like I said. All them games they showed, like the racing game looked okay, and Dirt 5 is what it was. You had that Airship battle game, Churches, not Churches, but Chorus or something. It's just that. I understand Microsoft saying, "Hey, look, we got third-party support for our systems," and then they had that big. Remember when they showed that big page with all the different developers and stuff? Do you remember seeing that?
Yeah.
They didn't have Rockstar. Wasn't part of that.
Well, that's because they're still working on their next game.
But you still think if they're gonna be working you still think they'd be working for next gen though, right? You still think that would be like, oh, yeah, well, it was just funny that Rockstar wasn't on there. People think they got it. People think they got it.
I'm not thinking anything of it.
Well, it's been rumors that GTA 6 is gonna be exclusive to PlayStation, but
I thought that.
Well, it's been a rumor, but I don't believe it, because that's they're giving away too much money. They make too much money on all platforms. That's too much. Sony doesn't have the cash to buy that kind of exclusivity. And maybe even if it was like a limited time, I still don't believe it. GT sells too much on Xbox and PlayStation for them to just be on one platform. But that was a rumor though for a long time, that GTA 6 is some kind of exclusivity on PlayStation, and then
I think anybody can afford GTA.
Yeah, I agree with you, but you don't see Rockstar on that list of developers.
I'm not looking too much into it. I just think it's a given they're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but it looks a little strange that that's not up there.
I'm gonna say GTA better be up there.
Well, it's not. It's Rockstar that company on them. If you
Uh,
during the time when they had all those companies, Rockstar wasn't up there as far as companies working on X Series X. But
yeah,
I mean, it's
so,
I don't know what that means, but you never know.
I'm saying what are they waiting for? I don't say if they know that GTA 5 is gonna be still played almost like like 7 years. Like GTA 5 is still playable like 7 years. Dude, they could they can still make they can make GTA 6 game again, and that game and that game will be still playable another like 10 years or such. How much money they still getting from GTA and to this day is still unbelievable though.
Oh, they're
That
getting
that that is huh?
yeah, they're getting money. You got that right.
It's just unbelievable. Like hell, like do I play GTA? Like do I play do I play do I play I play role playing on GTA, and that shit is hella fun.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, that's all I really had to say about this event. I just think I'm just gonna say real fast. I think Microsoft dropped the bomb.
Yeah, in terms of like showing gameplay, I don't know what this game was. I I don't know what this event was supposed to do.
Well, it's supposed to get you hyped for Series X, and it did not. Let me tell you something. They dropped the bomb because they didn't show enough gameplay, and I don't think this was a good advertisement for Series X. This is an advertisement for Series X, and it was not a good advertisement. It just wasn't.
Maybe for us, because I don't think a whole lot of people probably found out about this.
For everybody who watched this, you see, I mean, Microsoft has came out and said apology because people was complaining about it so bad.
Yeah, what did they say about that? I didn't
They said that
see it.
we should maybe we didn't give out the right messaging about what this event was going to be about.
Okay.
I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, that would have been better if they didn't hype it up so
Yeah.
much. People wouldn't have been so
Kind
mad. No,
kind of like what PlayStation did with the GDC thing they
yeah.
released.
Well, GDC, Sony didn't hype up GDC. So all Sony did
No,
was,
but they did
but they
say, "Hey,
announced
we're
it.
gonna be releasing
Yeah,
something."
that's all they did, and that was enough. They didn't
Yeah.
hype it up, but if you make it public, then you gotta expect people to be expecting more. All right. Sony didn't hype it up, but them knowing that you're saying, "Hey, we're going to talk about PS5," when you haven't talked about PS5 at all yet,
Yeah.
then yeah, that's the problem. They didn't hype it up, but they knew better because you haven't said anything about the PS5, and now you about to announce some PS5
Yeah.
stuff. You gotta expect people are not gonna think about, oh, this is GDC. You know, well, if they already talked about PS5, this GDC would have been so bad. But since this was actually not the first time, because they talked a little bit about PS5, but yeah, Sony's bad thing is that they just announced it publicly, and that was
Yeah, they just announced like, "Hey, we're releasing this video."
yeah.
Now they would have said we're releasing this GDC video.
I think they even said they was releasing a GDC video.
I don't
Somewhere
think so.
that they had said something about that they was releasing the. They said something about. They said a deep dive. They were releasing a deep dive discussion. It was a deep
Yeah,
dive.
that was.
It was a deep dive
Yeah,
discussion.
that was the deep dive. Yeah.
It was a deep dive discussion, but you know, you gotta kind of use your sense when you haven't talked about PS5 at all, as far as
See, that to
specs.
me kind of was kind of like that event where they were talking about the PS4.
when
when they
they
were
when they,
talking
annou-
about that.
when they announced. Yeah, yeah, it kind of was.
Like that. That's the what I was kind of expecting
Well,
from.
once I knew it was GDC, I wasn't expecting much, but
Yeah, well, once I saw GC, I was like, oh, it's gonna be that.
yeah. And actually, I didn't mind the presentation Sony did.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. I actually do like looking at those GDC videos.
Yeah, but yeah, I just think that Microsoft just Microsoft came out with an apology, not really apology, but they said, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't message it what we were saying, showing off a little bit better, because people were complaining about the gameplay of these videos, and people were complaining about what the games themselves. Which I don't blame these games on Microsoft too much, because Microsoft is not working on these games. But I just think if Microsoft picks these games to show off and you're not showing off anything else, it's just not a good look. That's just my. This can't be when you're first showing off your console for the first time next gen. This can't be what you show off. That's what my opinion is.
I think this is just me talking. It's like I don't think since this whole thing of what we're currently going through right now kind of threw everything off.
Yeah.
So that kind
Yeah.
of probably
I consider that. I don't think this was the original plan. I think they was going to
Yeah.
do one big event at E3, right?
Yeah.
And they would have had this. Some of these games probably would have been part of that, right? But they didn't really shut up. So see, they're doing another event in July, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they're doing an event in July where they're going to talk about the first party, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they need to show this off. Like, I just don't think you show this off. If that's all you're showing off, I just don't think it's a good look. I think this works. I think these third-party games work better with your first-party games, right? Because it's more games you're showing, right? Because I'm expecting some of your first-party games, they're going to go in discussion. They're going to show why it's running on the Series X and why it's next gen, right? Then you say, oh, we also got these games coming out. Right? You know what I'm saying? I just don't think showing these games by themselves do it for you. It's because they're not that impressive, in my opinion. So I don't think this is what you show. You don't show this for your first time showing your next gen gameplay. You don't show these videos. They're just not good. They're not, in my mind, they're not good enough. Assassin's Creed could have saved it, but they dropped the ball on that too. Especially when you're hype. Assassin's Creed made it so much more worse. Them even announcing it during the presentation, they kept saying it
Yeah,
over.
but I think
Kept saying it over and over during the presentation that we're gonna have gameplay of Assassin's Creed, and then you don't.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like,
I think Ubisoft's gonna have their own thing.
they are, but you can't say, "Oh, we're gonna have gameplay at our event of Assassin's Creed," right? Then during that event, you keep hinting at, "Yeah, stay tuned. We got gameplay of you know, they're saying it during an event, right? They're announcing during an event that they got gameplay of Assassin's Creed over and over. They're beating it in your head during this event that they have gameplay of Assassin's Creed, and they didn't have gameplay. And then at the end, the guy goes, "Oh, wasn't that cool seeing gameplay of Assassin's Creed?" What gameplay? You didn't show no game. Even the guy comes out after showing it, says, "Wasn't it cool seeing gameplay?" But they didn't show gameplay. It's like, oh, this that's disaster, dude. Oh, I can't believe they let this go. Let this happen. So bad.
I need to watch that video again. Hold on.
I think they show in-game assets, but they never
They
showed it.
probably show in-game cutscenes.
No, those CG cutscenes do. They're not even in-game cutscenes. Those straight up CG cutscenes. I watched Digital Foundry, and they was kind of talking about it. Like everybody's talking about Digital Foundry, because Digital Foundry did a thing about this, and they're just like, they dog these videos. They dog these videos.
Like there are some parts in the video where you can clearly see it's CGI, but I think there are some where it is gameplay.
It's still gameplay. Watch Digital Foundry video. They're gonna watch Digital Foundry video about this event. Digital Foundry is with Xbox. You got to remember, Digital Foundry did the breakdown of the Series X. You know what I'm saying? So you think they'd be like on the Microsoft side more, because they did a breakdown of. They actually went to Microsoft and broke down the Series X.
Microsoft did invite a bunch of people over there, so I
No,
don't think
no.
that's special.
No, no. Did you not see the breakdown of Series X by Digi
Yeah,
Foundry? There was not a bunch of
yeah.
people. It was just Digi Foundry, nobody else. Digi Foundry had
There,
it.
there was other people they invited to look at the same thing.
I never seen any other video besides Digi Foundry. I haven't heard anybody else
Yeah, where
sing.
they were showing off the console and the breakdown of it.
Yeah, they are the only person I seen.
Yeah, there. I watched other people go there.
Oh,
Like
they
I
actually
forgot.
they actually have the
uh,
console. I haven't seen nobody else.
Yeah, there's a tech YouTuber.
I've heard people talk
I forgot
about
his
it.
name.
I've heard other people talk about it. I haven't seen actually people actually break apart and put it back together.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot the guy's name.
I
But I was
haven't-
watching his video and he was showing him with everybody else in that room.
no, this is Digi Foundry by himself with nobody else in the room. It was just Digi Foundry with the system.
They probably took shots of it by themselves with the console itself. But
No, they was in the room by themselves with the console and they broke it down and put it back together.
yeah, it was in that exact same room where everybody else. And when I watched the other video,
Oh, but I mean, okay. I've been saying, but if they got this close of Microsoft and no kind of dissing this event, it tells you this event wasn't very good. But you got to form your own opinion. Yeah, I mean, if you liked it, I thought it was trash. I just thought it was so bad.
like afterwards, I thought it was bad because of Assassin's Creed.
I mean, at the beginning, I was like, okay, this first game, not looking too bad. Okay, we might see some cool stuff. And then it never got better. It's got worse and worse.
Yeah, that first game I was actually kind of surprised with because I didn't really hear anything about them going to consoles.
Yeah. Like, I see now, like, oh, what's this? This is kind of like Killzone. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like Killzone graphically wise.
Yeah, graphically getting the guns, even how the gun
Yeah.
looked, and even how the
And
gun
the gun.
aimed, had the gameplay just like looked like Killzone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this doesn't look too bad. And then it just, nothing. I was watching different people, and it was like, I was watching Kind of Funny, and they was talking about that Vampire game, and Tim was like, this looks bad. Like, people just like, they're watching the
Okay,
event.
granted, that does look bad. Don't get me wrong. But that's one of the games I'm actually looking forward to.
Like I said, it's not just about graphics, but they didn't show anything about next gen, about performance or anything. They just, it's just. If you watch this, you're finding it, they could probably break it down more than me. Why this is, you know. They even talk about like these games are not even run on the Xbox. They're probably running on PC.
Did it come out today?
What? Digi Foundry?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it. I don't know when it came out, but I watched it today. Cause I want to see. Cause I figured maybe they could point out.
The Xbox X game reveal reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause I was like, oh, you know, and they said a couple of videos looked okay, but they just said like, you know, and like I said, you'll see what they said about that one anime game. They dog that game pretty good. But and then even Maximum Dude, I watched this. Have you seen his reaction to it? It's like 10 minutes long. He said Sony doesn't gotta do nothing. Microsoft just he dogged him too. Like everybody's dogging him. It's like even Maximum Dude, the guy that was talking about Final Fantasy VII. He's like. He said, "This is it." He said he got to Assassin's Creed now. And he's like, "This is it." They ain't showing. It's just so bad. It's Rage. I've been talking too much. Y'all talk before we close this out. I want y'all to, you know. Did you Mayhem? Did you like any of these games that were shown off? Did any of these games pique your interest?
I mean, shoot, I don't remember. I'm just lost at this point.
Okay. Before we close the show, I forgot to talk about the Mortal Kombat DLC.
Oh yeah, let me. Oh yeah,
now you're waiting.
Yeah, see, I knew how to get him up. I knew how to get him. I knew how to bring him back.
Okay, check this out. The Mortal Kombat expansion pack is coming out on May 26th. And if y'all already played the game, the story, y'all already know. But same time though, like this, but the next story, I think it's gonna be very interesting though. Like like Luke after Luke Kane beat Karanka, finally beat Karanka. They about to start to fix the time, right? Nope. Like Luke Kane about to fix some about to fix some. The series don't come hold on, bro. Dude, you know you fucked up, right? So what happened is that he can't change anything because he didn't have Corona Crown. He didn't have Corona Crown though, which is the pretty much which if I remember correctly, like the pretty much the crown where like all the souls with like pretty much all the power in that crown. If you think way back, saying they stole that crown from Shang Shang Palace, Palace. So the crown is a key of changing time of the future and stuff. So now pretty much they had to go by time to get that crown back. So and you had to get back to how to get that crown back. But so and but yeah, like that pretty much part that pretty much was story right now. Like but in the story though, there are these other DLC characters, and one that I gotta say is the character I am so glad with the character going to be my main on this is Fujin. Like finally Fujin finally back back on this. Finally back on this. Like Fujin, aka the Tornado Storm guy.
So you're not hyped for RoboCop?
Huh?
You're not hyped for
Hold on. Let me get this. Like, you have Fujin, the storm guy. Yeah, Sheila. Yeah, Sheila. Be on game because the last game, Sheila was on the story though, but it was on the story, but wasn't playable though. So finally got her. Finally got her though. And also Shindale will be on a story, like some bit is going on. So something big is going to happen though, which I can't wait. Like I already got a season pass for that, so I'm hyped for it. Like I'm hyped for it. And the last character they have especially which everybody, well, I would say some as about, but some as about is a RoboCop is on there. So we pretty officially going to get a battle of RoboCop versus the Terminator. No. With that pretty interesting though, like a big dream match, though, but on Mortal Kombat though, like so that's pretty cool. But the one name I think people ask is where Ash, where Ash from Evil Dead, like Evil Dead Ash, the loony Ash, the crazy Ash, like where is he though? There are people who want Ash to be on Mortal Kombat though. There was a 1-3 heat that they did, pretty much a little trolling, just a little trolling though. That's all. But it is what it is though. So now I gotta say about that is I am happy that special pack because never did the last two games. Like what they did on the last two games. Well, I think Mortal Kombat 10 though. I think or Mortal Kombat 11. Damn. like on the last two games, they brought some DLC though. Yeah, they brought some DLC though. But it's just like that's it. It's just like that's it though. but Mortal Kombat 11 though, everybody that's all the comic packs they're gonna have. But Ed Boon is like, but Ed Boon like nah, son, like Ed Boon like hold on a second. Here, here's the new, here's the special pack right here. Ed Boon just drop it, just drop it on the table, y'all not finished, huh? Y'all not finished, not finished, man, that was surprising though. Everyone wasn't keeping it quiet though the whole time though. Oh, oh yeah. Also, the costumes. Finally, Scorpion finally got Sub-Zero got a skin from Mortal Kombat 9, I think. I think Sub-Zero and Scorpion got a skin from like Mortal Kombat 9 and stuff. If I'm wrong though, and also we got friendship on the mix. So looking back when I look at like Joker fatality, the Joker fatalities, like they say friendship though, but this say friendship, but then also the card I think like damn. Like first, like friendship, then also we would shoot at skulls, it just said fatality. So I already think that was a tease of the friendship. I think that Joker fatality was a tease of the friendship, but they fine. So pretty much now we finally got friendship, which that's pretty cool though. Actually, like that is very cool, but. On that, I'm glad is my boy Fuji is back. And my boy Fuji is back, and hell yeah, I'm going to use him. What? Don't care. I'm going to use Fuji regardless. Cause that's my boy. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, so like Rage is talking about new DLC for Mortal Kombat. It's actually story DLC.
Yeah, story DLCs. Yes.
It's crazy because I know the ending had like a couple of different endings, right? And this is the one with Ray. I know like the good ending's supposedly the one when you get with Katana.
Yeah. Like I only get the Katana ending if you beat Kronika at the first time.
Yeah.
At the first time before because it didn't beat her if it didn't beat her. Only could get Katana story. He beat her by back to back.
Yeah,
but even you lost one round, you're going to the space. So I pretty much gone back on that.
Yeah, but this one it shows you got. That's why cause I've seen it. I'm like, cause I've seen the ending on online, and I remember it being with Katana, and I'm watching. I was like, what the fuck's Raiden doing here? So I was kind of confused, but not seeing. Oh yeah, there's different endings.
Right.
So,
yeah, right. I'm sorry.
So the ending that using for this DLC is the one with Raiden. And yeah, like I said, I mean Mortal Kombat is cool. Like I said, the gameplay doesn't do it for me like it used to. It's okay, but I just think the game looks good. But yeah, it's cool to see DLC. I was wondering what it's gonna do with it with Mortal Kombat now since I seen the ending of the game. I'm like, man, how they gonna take the next game if Liu Kang's gonna change everything up? So we'll see how this. We should have this DLC ends and RoboCop. Go ahead.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but yeah, dude, it will be crazy if they brought back Molina to this because everybody do ask like Molina back on it, but the thing is like Molina got killed.
Yeah, well, you never know. There's a lot of time travel going on, so they can bring any character they want.
But at the same time though, Molina dude got clones. Yeah. Molina dude got clones, so there is possible if they could, if they want though, the third round could if they want to though. Bring back Millennium, which I would love to see Millennium back on more 11. Oh yeah, and also, and also, can oh yeah, can also number round can he also buff Scarlet? That would be good. Like please buff Scarlet, please. Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
You got.
So
I gotta get all my off my system.
yeah. So yeah. Mortal Kombat 11 DLC coming out the end of the month. We'll see how it is. But yeah, that's it for the show. It's a long one.
Yeah, real long.
But yeah, I guess that's gonna do it. Everybody, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace out.
The
Later.